Welcome back. In this package, these are the components you have to assemble. Starting with a Realtek RTL 9210B M.2 SSD adapter board. A heavy-duty aluminum body that has some weight to it. A top cover for the housing with an included thermal heat pad. A pack containing your tools for the assembly, consisting of a screwdriver, 4 screws, and an Allen key. They provided an Andycine cleaning cloth and a thank you card with some contact information on the inside. The assembly process is quick and easy. You first place the M.2 board inside the housing with the USB Type-C port fitting into the cutout groove for it. Then remove the screws that secures the SSD card to the board. Insert your SSD into the M.2 slot, press down, and then secure it with the screw you just removed. As indicated, this is the Samsung EVO 970 Plus M.2 NVMe SSD. Then place the thermal heat pad evenly on top of your SSD. Then secure its top cover with the 4 screws and Allen key. And that's it, you're done. So once assembled, this is what it looks like, and I must admit, it looks and feels military grade. It comes with 2 D-rings for attaching to your key holder and with a silicone cap for dust protection. However, I wish that this cap was part of the body itself and not just some ordinary disposable cap. So to test its data transfer speeds, I purchased an 8 inches high-speed Thunderbolt 3 Type-C cable that has data transfer speeds of up to 40 gigabits per second, and the Samsung EVO SSD I installed has a maximum read speed of up to 3500 megabytes per second and 3300 megabytes per second write speed. So I'll now connect it to a high-performance gaming PC and let's look at the results. So from this test, it shows that it has 1068 megabytes per second read speed and 1060 megabytes per second write speed. This is the maximum speed you can get through the Realtek RTL 9210B chipset inside this enclosure. I've tested all of the enclosures I have in my possession and the results are the same because they are all using the same chipset. So that was a snapshot of its peak performance speeds, and I'll now do a live file transfer test using a 38GB folder from my PC's internal SSD to this enclosure. So it's currently transferring at a rate of 538 megabytes per second from my PC to this enclosure, and it took 1 minute 38 seconds to complete, which is really fast. When I did the transfer in reverse from the enclosure to my PC, it had a whopping transfer rate of 738 megabytes per second, which took only 1 minute and 13 seconds to complete. Please note, in my PC, I'm using the same Samsung EVO 970 Plus as the one in the enclosure, so this is a best case scenario, as in your testing it would either be higher or lower depending on the quality of your SSD. To test its premium cooling design, I ran a video for 20 minutes continuously, while at the same time transferring a 38GB file, and after 20 minutes its temperature peaked at 40 degrees Celsius. When I placed my hand on the enclosure, it was not hot to the touch, like we have seen in other enclosures that would actually burn you. So in summary, the Andycine Lunchbox V is the best looking SSD enclosure I've reviewed to date, and its heavy duty cooling design actually does a great job keeping it cool during operation, whereby prolonging the lifespan of your SSD. Its transfer speeds are really good, and they are consistent with other models running the RTL